Hello friends, today we are going to make two recipes out of an ostrich egg. One is ostrich egg omelette and ostrich egg bhurji. Okay, first we need to see how we can break the egg and how we can bring the egg yolk out of the egg. Okay, first we need to make a marking on the egg and keep it on a solid base so that we can make a small hole on top of it and bring the egg yolk out of it. Okay, we need to use a sharp object like a sharp knife and a hammer to make some small holes on top of it, and slowly we need to make a hole on top of the egg. You need to be really patient to make the hole, otherwise it can break the whole egg and the egg will be spoiled. Okay, so once the hole is made, we need to cut the inner layer also to take the egg yolk out of it. Once it is opened, slowly we need to pour it into a vessel. It will be little difficult to bring the yolk out of the egg, so if it is not coming out, we can use the sharp knife to break it and bring it out of the egg. Okay, so this is the egg completely moved out of the shell. Coming to the ingredients that are required for this, we need 2 tomatoes, 2 medium-sized onions, 1 bunch of coriander leaves or cilantro, and 10 chillies, and 1 cup of grated coconut, and 1 piece of chopped ginger. Okay, we need a bigger frying pan for making this omelette. Okay, so we need to heat the pan first. Once the pan is heated, we can use the oil. We can pour 2 tablespoons of oil into the pan, and once the oil is heated, we need to put some mustard seeds. Okay, then once it is broken, you can add the half of the chopped onions into the pan. The remaining onion we are keeping it for preparing the second recipe, the egg bhurji. Okay, we need to take half of the chopped green chilies and half of the chopped ginger also. Then we need to mix it well. Next, we need to add a little bit of salt into it. We need to add a very little salt that are required for this onion. We need to add more salt when we are adding tomato as well as the egg. Okay. So after adding the tomato, we need to add a little bit of salt again. Remember, we need to add only half of the tomato because we are going to prepare only half of the egg here. Okay, we are going to use only half of the egg to prepare the egg omelette, and remaining half of the egg we are going to use for preparing the egg bhurji. Okay, now we need to put a small teaspoon of turmeric powder. Then we need to mix it well, and then we need to add a little bit of grated coconut, half cup of grated coconut into that, and half of chopped cilantro or coriander leaves. Then we need to mix it really well and make sure that the onion is turned to light brown color. Okay, so once the onion, tomato and cilantro is cooked properly, we need to add half of the egg into the pan. Okay, so we need to make sure that it is spread across the pan properly. Then we need to add the salt that are required for the egg. Earlier we added the salt that are required only for the tomato and onion. Okay, now we need to add a little bit of pepper powder as per the taste. If you need it really spicy, then you can add more pepper powder. It will add some flavor to the omelette. Once the pepper is added, you can cover the pan with a lid so that the egg can be fully cooked. Now you need to wait for another 5 to 10 minutes to cook the egg really well. You need to keep it in low flame so that the egg is properly cooked. Now we need to turn it, but since it is really a bigger omelette, it's very difficult to turn it as a whole, so we need to break it into 4 pieces and then we can turn it. So if you see, this is not fully cooked, it's just half cooked because it's really thick, and we need to make sure that you need to turn it and then cook it a little bit more time for another 10 minutes. Then only the omelette will be fully cooked. Okay, so we need to be really careful while turning it. Okay, we need to slowly and carefully turn it and cook it for another 5 to 10 minutes. Now we don't need to cover the pan with the lid since it's already half cooked, and we just need to make the other side also a little crispy so that both sides will be crispy and tasty. Now we can move it into, after 10 minutes of cooking, we can move it into a plate. Okay, so now the omelette is ready to be served. So this is the ostrich egg omelette. Now we are moving to the second half of the recipe. Okay, we are going to make ostrich egg bhurji or scrambled egg. Okay, now we need to add some oil and put some mustard seeds. Now we can add the remaining chopped onion and green chilies into the oil and mix it well. We can add the chopped ginger also and a little bit of salt that are required for the onion. Then we need to mix it well. Once it is half cooked, you need to add the remaining tomato and the grated coconut, also the chopped cilantro leaves. Then we need to add little bit of salt again that are required for the tomato. Okay, we need to make sure that the onion is fully cooked. Then we can pour remaining egg into the pan. After adding the egg, you need to add a bit more salt that are required for the egg. Okay, since the quantity of the egg is more, we need to make sure that we are adding enough salt into it. Then we need to keep on stirring it well. This time we are not going to make omelette, we are going to make the scrambled egg, so we need to keep on mixing it. So after 5 minutes of cooking, you can see that the egg is getting cooked. Now you can see that it is half cooked. You need to still keep on stirring it well so that the egg can be really scrambled. Now we need to add a little bit of pepper into it to add a little bit of flavor and spice. So the quantity of pepper you can decide based on your taste. If you want it really spicy, you can add more pepper into it. Then you need to mix it really well, and your scrambled egg or ostrich egg bhurji is ready to serve. Thank you.